Today we're talking about how the COVID-19 pandemic has affected the food we buy and the food we make for our families. Let's talk more with Scott Jones, VP of eMeals, about how we're all getting our food a little bit differently these days. Thanks for being with us, Scott.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. My fridge is about empty, so I have to do my weekly run to the grocery store tomorrow. I've noticed that some of the things that were very difficult to find, toilet paper, soap, are now back on the shelves. Tell us sort of what's available now that wasn't available in the beginning of the pandemic.
There's a lot going on right now, and I know from my perspective in the business trades in the last week, there have been a lot of stories about where we've come through the pandemic and where we are today. So now you're starting to see back on the shelves, you see paper products, paper towels, toilet paper, those kinds of things. Early on, there was such a run on those items that literally the manufacturers couldn't keep up with it. And the same thing happened on the shelf-stable food side. So you saw things like canned vegetables, rice, all of those staples. There was a run on those, and they literally those manufacturers couldn't keep up with production. They finally gotten the production back up to speed. And the shelves are getting stocked. But one of the things that you are seeing as a result of that is when, let's say, consumers might have seen buy one, get one free in the past, or they would have had a coupon for something. Manufacturers have stepped away from those coupons because before they were trying to get you to buy more. Now they just want to keep the stock shelves because it's such a desperate race to get product into the market. As a result, we're seeing a little bit higher prices in some of those canned goods. You're seeing it on the protein side. So you're seeing a slightly increased price in things like ground beef and pork. So that's just part of as this wave goes, as manufacturers are trying to find the best way to keep the shelves stocked, on a week-to-week basis. So you're going to see some price fluctuation. But hopefully the net is that there'll be more things available, but folks are just going to have to be a little bit smarter and more strategic as they plan out their groceries for the week.
Right. I mean, I'm a huge home cook. I'm a big baker. And in the beginning,
I
had a very hard time finding flour, and I became very nervous. And I put out the note to my friends and family, look, if you guys see flour, get an extra bag for me. Now I'm happy to say that I've been able to find flour. Is there anything that's come down in price? It seems, at least to me where I shop, for some reason, eggs have become relatively inexpensive. Is that for real? And is there anything else that's dropping in price?
Yeah, I mean, I think what you're seeing is fresh produce actually is either dropping in price or maintaining a kind of a seasonal baseline. I mean, it's always going to be more affordable in the summer months when it's more abundant. But it's much easier for those farmers to get the product to market, whether it's at the farmer's market or grocery store. And so you're seeing, and that's actually a good thing because, you want to be eating in season. You want to be trying to eat fresh, local, or at least short chain to get from farm to market. So that's a great thing. The price increases are coming from those products that are having to literally be manufactured and truck to the grocery store. So fresh produce, including fresh eggs, we're seeing, some kind of stabilization in the price there, which is great for consumers.
It feels to me at least like, so I'm at home, I'm in the San Francisco Bay Area. I have my husband and my two little boys, ages 10 and 11. For the past 5 months, we have been eating more than we have eaten just because we're all at home. We're all eating home cooked meals. I mean, are Americans just consuming more food, or is it sort of up here?
No. It's not in your head. It's literally happening. I mean, that's just the fact of the matter is that, once school started closing down and kids started staying at home, parents, at least one or both parents working from home. I mean, it's basically a restaurant full time. There's not just the breakfast, lunch, and dinner. There's the snacks in between. There's all of those things. And that in and of itself is going to cause, that grocery bill to literally be higher. But what we know from surveying our users at eMeals is that prior to COVID, most of our consumers were eating at home 3 to 4 nights a week. And now that's well above 5+ nights a week. I mean, every meal is being prepared at home. Again, it's a good thing because you tend to be eating healthier and you are saving money, though you're eating more. You're not going through drive-through, you're not at the restaurant. So there are net benefits to that, but there's no question that people are eating more at home. And then that trickles down to those busy moms and dads. If they were stressed before, just trying to get dinner on the table, now they've got to coordinate all the other meals. They've got to, work out, making sure the kids are being schooled properly, worrying about work. So that's where eMeals comes in. We're still there to lower that stress level, make meal planning and meal preparation as simple as possible.
I know when it comes to meal planning, I've sort of stopped and started that process on my own over the years. I did, and I do try to plan a meal around what protein. We're meat eaters.
Sure.
So I'll say, okay, look, perfect example. Chicken breast is on sale, right?
Yes. So
I'll buy 2 packages. I'll put one in the freezer, keep one in the fridge. What can I do with chicken breast tonight? And what can I do with it tomorrow? So how does eMeals sort of take what many of us do already, trying to save money, trying to make life a little bit easier for us home cooks? How does eMeals take that idea and really expand upon it?
Yeah, good question. So what we have at eMeals is a team of RDs and food professionals, recipe developers. Each week, they are developing and curating 7 meal ideas that each user gets every Wednesday. They get a new flow of 7 meal ideas. And those are curated around 15 different food styles. So whether you want to eat kid-friendly, budget-friendly, keto, paleo, low carb, heart healthy, diabetic, we have a food style that fits just about every lifestyle or diet goal. And so our team does all of that hard work. So, instead of someone having to sift through Pinterest or thousands of recipes online, our experts are curating those ideas, and we're making sure that there's seasonality, cadence of protein use, cadence of product usage among vegetables. There's different flavor profiles. So we're planning those meals for those busy families. So, and taking those things that are unique to quarantine now that rely on pantry items, on freezer items, and we're rolling all of that up so these busy families don't have to think about it. They go into the app, they select the meals they want, click a button, the shopping list is created for them. They can either take that in and shop it themselves, or they can press another button and use one of our integrated grocery partners like Walmart, Kroger, Instacart, which services Safeway, Albertsons, all of the Kroger banners, Amazon Fresh, and can have those ingredients either gathered for pickup or delivered to their front door. So we just make it so easy, but always on the front end, taking into consideration what's in the market and what families might want to be eating week to week.
Sometimes just that idea is the most valuable thing because I'm lucky, my family, they're good eaters. I'm a halfway decent home cook, but I feel like I have 20 things that I make on rotate, right? And sometimes I'm like, what can I make that's not pizza, lasagna, Greek chicken, blah, blah, blah. And so sometimes I do spend way too much time scrolling through, I look at New York Times, they've got a good recipe site. And sometimes like, oh my gosh, 40 minutes has gone by and yet the chicken breast is still in the fridge. So it's just that time saving, that idea. I mean, I can follow directions and it sounds like that's what eMeals might give to people.
That's exactly right. Look, whether you're a new cook or someone who's incredibly confident about their cooking, at the end of the day, it's still about at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, Mom, what's for dinner?
Right.
And it's not yes, we try and create our recipes to make sure that even for the beginning cook, they're simple, but we know that it's not really about, yes, it's about the cooking, but it's about the stress involved. We all have decision fatigue. We have so many things coming at us. You just want, just give me the idea. So we are there to reduce that stress level, make sure that these busy moms and dads don't have to sift through, a magazine or go onto some random website and sift through thousands of recipes. We do all that thinking for them. And again, curating it around a food style that we know is relevant to whatever their family wants at that time. And the other thing that's worth mentioning is that once a subscriber comes to eMeals, they have the opportunity to pick and choose their their meals from across all of those 15 different food styles. So you can mix and match to create your weekly meals if you want a couple that are paleo, a couple that are kid friendly, one that might be for the slow cooker, one that's low cal. You can customize it for whatever your family needs that week.
Well, you know, we tried to do like Meatless Monday a few times.
Yes.
And then after I go through my 4 meatless recipes, I'm like, oh, back to salad, you know. If I can give a tip to our viewers just in listening to you, cooking from scratch or from the start every night.
That's correct.
Can be exhausting. So I have developed something, and you know this, it's all in the branding. So on those nights where, I'm too tired or there's really not much in the fridge to work with, but we have a little bit of this and that, I say, boys, it's leftover roundup. And I say, 1 serving of spaghetti, 1.5 servings of fried rice. We have, 1 serving of pork loin. Whoever speaks up first, gets it. And I think because I sort of present it like a game, like a leftover roundup, it's a lot better than well, let's just have leftovers tonight. So, I mean, honestly, that's probably the best thing I've done in this quarantine period, because what you said about, decision fatigue and just stress on top of, I'm working from home, the boys are learning at home, the house still needs to get cleaned, the bills need to get paid. The last thing I want to do is spend 20 minutes thinking, what can I do with this chicken breast? So
yeah, and you're exactly right. I mean, a lot of those moms are feeling that stress of feeling like everything has to be made from scratch.
Yeah.
And folks will see if they go to eMeals, it's eMeals.com, they'll see in our recipes that, we're really trying to use a balance of fresh ingredients with convenience products and really redefining the term of what from scratch cooking means. What we're trying to do is make it easy for these families to eat, and for those moms to be sitting back with that feeling of I'm the hero because they put a healthy, nutritious, easy, stress-free meal on the table.
Nothing for, I'm old school. Nothing is more gratifying to me than having my family sit down, we share a meal together. And if I just get one little hey mom, that's not bad. I'm like, I won the world today.
That's
have you seen a big bump in usership for eMeals? Tell me when you started, when eMeals was founded and available to the public, and what you're seeing now in terms of usage.
Yeah, well, eMeals as a company has been around about 10 years.
Oh, wow.
And we really started to step into online grocery integration within about the last 18 months. And we all knew that across the industry that the adoption of online grocery was going to be here within the next few years.
Even without the pandemic.
That's right. The pandemic has sped that up. So we literally, I think most industry analysts would say that adoption has been sped up by a couple of years. And we are now seeing, whether it's a busy mom and dad or family that just doesn't want to, take the time to go to the grocery store, they can use pickup and delivery, or it's a family member that has another family member that may be homebound, that can't go to the grocery store, using eMeals as an option. So we've seen a much higher adoption of using eMeals with this integration. And based on what we're hearing back from our users, that's kind of here to stay. Like, this is the new normal for them. So it's been a real lifesaver for many folks during this time, but it's something that they can see that will have long, a long tail of benefits for their lifestyle long after the pandemic.
And so tell me quickly again where people can find more information, and I'm all about price. Can you give us an idea of where the basic level of service,
of course,
how much that costs and what that'll get you?
Yeah. So they can find us at eMeals.com. Everybody that signs up gets a 2-week free subscription. I would say that the vast majority of our users sign up for a 12-month subscription, which is about $5 a month. So it's very economical, again, for all of the benefits that a user receives. But again, they can try it free for 2 weeks at eMeals.com.
All right, eMeals it is. Scott Jones, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure talking with you. I wish you happy eating.
Thank you. Good to meet you.